I hear you knocking at the door, and the footsteps on the floor. Now they're bringing home the darling. Here he lies drunk upon the floor. Now don't go out tonight, darling. Do not leave me alone. Stay at home with me, my darling. I'm so lonesome while you go. Oh, he's dying, yes, he's dying. Soon I'll be left all alone. I pray to God don't give me mercy. They'll save him from the Thursday. Now don't go out tonight, darling. Do not leave me alone. Stay at home with me, my darling. I'm so lonesome while you go. Oh, he's dying, yes, he's dying. Soon I'll be left all alone. I pray to God don't give me mercy. They'll save him from the Thursday. Now don't go out tonight, darling. Do not leave me alone. Stay at home with me, my darling. I'm so lonesome while you go. Now don't go out tonight, darling. Do not leave me alone. Stay at home with me, my darling. I'm so lonesome while you.
Can you hear everything all right? Nancy, Bill, everything sound
Need a
all
little
right?
more monitor, I believe, don't they? They're going in and out.
I can't hear you. His voice needs to be up a little bit.
You, Darrell?
I've never seen him sweat. I've known him for at least 30 years, and I've never seen him sweat.
Turning dark.
Jack, can you give us a little bit more on the guitar vocal, please? Bill, what was you saying, honey?
Bass off the lead guitar.
A little bassy on the guitar. As we go along the show, we're going to introduce everybody as we go along. Hovind the Little Fiddle does a real fine job. He's played with us for several years. I'm ashamed to admit how many, but I'm sure most of you, if you like bluegrass music, has heard him on WXM. He's hosts his 2 bluegrass shows down there on Monday and Wednesday night. One of them's all night long, Dale. You want to tell everybody about that?
I didn't even hear what you said, Rex.
He never pays attention. Can
See,
you
he
believe
said
it?
the monitors wasn't working. I believe that's it, don't you?
He forgot his hearing aid. He's been with us a long time. We're real pleased to have him with us. As I said, he hosts a bluegrass show on Monday and Wednesday nights down on Big Stone WXM. And if you tune in, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We're real pleased to have him with us. We think he's one of the finest old-time fiddlers around. He's most women's dreams and most men's nightmares. If you will, put your hands together, please, and make welcome on the little fiddle, Mr. Dale Kennedy.
I am a roving gambler, I gamble all around. Wherever I meet with a deck card, I lay my money down. Lay my money down, lay my money down. I started out from Frisco and I wound up in Maine. There I met with a gambling man that got in the poker game. Got in the poker game, got in the poker game. I put the money in the pond, bet the cards around. I saw him deal from the bottom of the deck, so shot the gambler down. Shot the gambler down, shot the gambler down. Now I'm down in prison, I don't know for my name. And the warden said when he locked the door, you gambled your last game. Gambled your last game, gambled your last game. Gambled your last game, gambled your last game.
Thank you. Can you hear everything all right now? Everything sounding good except brother, ain't it? He get better. Over on the five-string banjo does a real fine job. We're real pleased to have this young man with us. He's one of the greatest, according to his wife. I was talking to his wife the other day, and she was telling me that he is a real good person. I agreed with her all the way. What else could I do? Yeah. She said he's one of the finest. And I said, yeah, I agree with you. She said, you know, said I've seen a lot of men in my time, been around a lot of men, but said he's a model husband. I said, well, I believe he's a nice person, but I don't know about that. So we got on the bus and going on down the road, and I got the dictionary out. Looked up models. Anybody in here know the definition of model? Surely some of you do. I got it down and looked at it. Model says small imitations of real things. Len, all jokes aside, we're real pleased to have him with us. He fills in on the singing, does the baritone, tenor, whatever you hook him at, he'll lead. Put your hands together, please, and make welcome Mr. Randy Singer from Abington, Virginia.
The trees on the hillside of the mountain, always looking up towards the sky, remind me of my mom and my papa, who lived there 80 years before they died. Now the bright moon is shining in the valley, that old wagon leans against like a hay. Two graves on a hillside by a cabin, my mom and dad's resting there today. The sizzle of the greenwood on the fireplace, the falling snow around the redbud trees, the branches of the laurels by the creek bed, and the rippling waters of the gentle stream. Now Papa used to talk about the young days when he and Mama first were settled there. He spoke about the love of the mountains that he and Mama shared together there. Now the bright moon is shining in the valley, An old wagon leans against a stack of hay. Two graves on a hillside by a cabin. My mom and dad's resting there today. Now the bright moon is shining in the valley. That old wagon leans against a stack of hay. Two graves on a hillside by a cabin. My mom and dad's resting there today. Oh, mom and dad's resting there today.
Is that Big Honey down there?
That's that fox hunter.
My
Him
dad
old
used
man.
to coon hunt with him a long time ago. Is it true what he used to tell me on you? Is that your wife with you? I'll be quiet then. I'm kidding, honey. Dale, let's do a fiddle tune for Big Honey. What do you say?
You might dance one there.
Let's do a little light of red.
There's an old house that once was a mansion on a hill overlooking the town, where time set to record where there once was beauty. Soon the old house will tumble down when the leaves start to fall in autumn and the rain starts to drip from the tree. There's an old man who walks through the garden, and his head is bowed in memory. They say he built a mansion because of a woman they planned to be married in the fall. But her love withered in the last days of summer. Soon the old house will tumble down when the leaves start to fall in autumn and the rain starts to drip from the tree. There's an old man who walks through the garden, and his head is bowed in memory, and his head is bowed in memory.
On the lead guitar does a real fine job. He sneaked in, said he didn't have time to go home and change clothes, said, but he had on red underwear and blue and white and brown. said, would that be all right? And I said, why, sure. But we're real pleased to have him with us. I think he's one of the finest flat top pickers in the business. If you will, put your hands together and make welcome, please, from Rogersville, Tennessee, Miss Churchill, excuse me. He moved.
That's close.
Mr. James Allen Shelton on the flat top guitar.
Fine job, James. That was good, son.
We're going to do a couple more and get out of here. We want to thank you again for coming out and being with us, and we hope you liked a little bit of what we done for you. We'll be back on a little later on, I think, won't we, Porky, to do something for you. We always like to include a hymn on all of our shows, and we're going to do one at Dale's uncle wrote here. It's sort of on the sacred side, one titled Dear Old Daddy.
Time has touched your brow, dear daddy. Days of youth, for you are gone. How too fast the years are fleeting. Time is passing swiftly on. Dear Daddy, how we miss you. You have always been so true. Day by day, while here we wander, Daddy will thank God for you.
Cut the bass down a little bit, Jack.
All for us you've labored, Daddy, and for us you've often prayed. Many blessings you have brought that will never fade away. Dear Daddy, how we miss you. You have always been so true. Day by day, while here we wander, Daddy will thank God for you.
Let's get out of here, Dale, with a little fiddle tune. We'll be back a little later on. Ralph Stanley will be coming on to entertain you, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Little Orange Blossom Breakdown.
Friends, right here is a fella that I've known all my life, ever since as a kid. He and his brother Carter, and he's been a good friend of mine down through the years, and one of the legends in bluegrass music. One of the fellas that make it, like I said last night on my radio show, if you go out around anybody that's playing, you're going to hear one of their songs. This is Dr. Ralph Stanley and the Clinch Mountain Boys. Give them a good hand.
Shoes strictly on a cork up, oh, play little tune on Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Joe, Joe. Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've been real long time ago, had the been for Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Joe, Joe. Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? String up little rose and blow, play a little tune called Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Joe, Joe. Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I fell down and stubbed my toe, caused by cutting on Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Joe, Joe. Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? There's a place I long to be, a place that I call home, a place where I was born and raised, a place I call my own. Every night upon the porch I hear a whippoorwill hills, so common and so plain. Tells his life just how it was, a story that never will change. There's a place I long to be, a place that I call home, a place where I was born and raised, a place I call my own, a place I call my own.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to say a big howdy to you and welcome you to our part of the show. It's real good to be here, and we hope you'll enjoy some of the old-time mountain style, what they call bluegrass music. I'll introduce you to the fellas as they come up to pick and sing for you, and I believe we're going to call on our bass fiddle player, since he's about a half a mile from home, I think. And I know this, he'd like to play here 7 nights a week, wouldn't he?
Yeah, close home, Ralph, ain't it?
He's given me 23 and a half years, I believe, of honest and dependable service by playing the bass and helping us sing, stealing chickens and so forth.
Yeah.
And, a few other things that I won't mention. I tell this everywhere else, I might as well lie about it here.
Tell it again.
The ex-mayor of Norton, Virginia, Jack Cook.
Was in spring, one sunny day, like a gal left me, she's gone away. I'm on.
Now she's gone, I don't worry, for I'm sitting on top of the world.
Mississippi River runs deep and wide, and when I'm loving on the other side.
Now she's gone, but Booker don't worry, Booker's sitting on top of the world.
Mississippi River runs deep and wide, and when I'm loving on the other side.
Now she's gone, but Booker don't worry, Killer's sitting on top of the world.
Give it a like peaches, shake my tree, ride my horse in a little peach.
Now she's gone, but Peachy don't worry, Peachy's sitting on top of the world.
Yeah, you're on. I'm good. Yeah, you're on good. Thank you, music lovers. Ralph.
That's especially for Bill Singleton.
Yeah, that's for Bill. He likes to hear that song everywhere he goes and everywhere I go.
Not the song, but thank you, music lovers.
Yeah, thank you, music lovers. Yeah. We
Okay.
spread that ex-mayor all over the world, ain't we?
Yes, sir.
Japan and everywhere.
Let's see now.
All over.
I'd like to introduce you now to our lead guitar player. He's been with me about 18 years, with the exception of about a year. He took off and hunted and fished and made a little moonshine, bootlegged a little, and I don't know what all. Good to have him back, and he's from Dickinson County, over around Tar Pond. Make welcome Junior Blankenship. Turn the banjo up a little bit, somebody said. They couldn't hear it. Well, let's see. Two didn't make it back. We'll introduce you to our lead singer. He's been with me about 4.5 years. During that time, we recorded about 64 songs. We've been working pretty hard. And I think you'll enjoy him here tonight as he does our lead singing. Makes his home on Twin Branches. That's in Dickinson County. Any of you don't know where it is, it's the third cemetery on the left after you go through Hayside. Ernie Thacker, make him welcome.
Mountain folks, everybody calls us mountain folks. Whole lot of work for a little bit of pay, everybody calls us mountain folks. Up a daylight on Monday morning, lots of work that's gotta be done. Working in the hay and the hoeing in the cornfield, mountain folks' work is never done. Mountain folks, everybody calls us mountain folks. Whole lot of work for a little bit of pay, everybody calls us mountain folks. That old mule is ready and waiting, standing by the gate in the old barnyard. He'll have oats and hay for breakfast while the old mule works so hard. Mountain folks, everybody calls us mountain folks. Whole lot of work for a little bit of pay, everybody calls us mountain folks. Had to make a living for our little children. Mom and Dad died when we were young. We didn't care what people called us. They got the work our hands had done. Mountain folks, everybody calls us mountain folks. A whole lot of work for a little bit of pay, everybody calls us mountain folks. Mountain folks, everybody calls us mountain folks. A whole lot of work for a little bit of pay, everybody calls us mountain folks.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Mountain Folks. That's one of the tunes or the songs that's on our Saturday night and Sunday morning tape and CD that's been going real well for us. And the gentleman back there that put the string on, he's like me, only he's a little worse shape than I am. He said he wouldn't be able to entertain much tonight. He just along and playing us some good rhythm on the guitar. And I don't believe we got many young girls here tonight, have we? Any of you teenagers that, single might be interested. He's never been married. Of course, there's not too much difference in murdered and married. If you get murdered, you're gone real quick, and if you get married, you sort of ooze out. My son, 15 years old, Ralph Stanley II. Make him welcome. And now over on the fiddle, I think he's one of the finest fiddlers that you'll run into anywhere. Back in the early 50s, he joined the Stanley Brothers band and helped us record a lot of the records that you hear today. And he's from the great state of Kentucky, Knott County, a place called Hindman. Make welcome Art Stamper.
Do one of my dad's tunes here, the horse and buggy.
Thank you, Art. Sounding good with your new hat on tonight. It looks good. That's a good. Folks, the man standing here doing the talking and the singing and the banjo playing. This past October made 47 years. He's toured all around the United States. Toured 15 or 16 foreign countries, playing and carrying on the old mountain style music. And during his 47 years, he's received many of awards and got a lot of honors. Just to name a few of them, in 1984, he was the first man in bluegrass music to ever receive the National Heritage Award given to him by the President of the United States. A big, nice round of applause for that. Back in 1976, he was the first man in bluegrass music to ever receive a doctor's degree given to him by the Lincoln Memorial University in Harrogate, Tennessee. Another big hand. He's a member of the Bluegrass Hall of Fame in Owensboro, Kentucky. Back last year, he was inducted to the Bluegrass Hall of Honor in Owensboro, Kentucky. I got that messed up. He's a member of the Bluegrass Hall of Fame in Bean Blossom, Indiana. And this past year in Owensboro, Kentucky at the IBMA, he was won at the Music Awards show. He won Event of the Year for the Saturday night and Sunday morning CD. Folks, he's recorded more than any two other bluegrass bands put together, over 155 long play albums. Without a doubt, he's one of the biggest legends in bluegrass music, one of the most respected men in bluegrass music. Make him welcome, Dr. Ralph Stanley.
Cigarette and stared at the wall, not knowing that my heart lived there. Troubles and pain. She's warm, she's sweet, her kisses leave me weak. I love it when she touches my face. Sorrow and regret, she cried about the gray in her eyes. I love her so much, but she just won't believe that any man alive could ever care. Before love had treated her unfine, she wouldn't be so sad, and she wouldn't live alone in a room at the top of the stairs. little Maggie and pretty Polly. We're going to do you a couple of gospel songs now. We've got some mighty good guests, special guests with us tonight. We're going to bring out in a few minutes. I wrote this song we're going to do first, and it's called I'll Answer the Call. That'll travel day by day, but I feel at the end of my journey I'll see the great Milky Way. I cannot sing like an angel, and I cannot preach like Paul, but Lord, when you get ready, I'll try to answer the call. Send it and run away. Fear not and be faithful, for I'll return someday. Well, I cannot sing like an angel, and I cannot preach like Paul, but Lord, when you get ready, I'll try to answer the call. Sing in the heavenly chorus of the angel happy band. I cannot sing like an angel, and I cannot preach like Paul, but Lord, when you get ready, I'll try to answer the call. I may not be able to sing like the heavenly angels. I may not be able to preach like Paul. I may not be able to walk on the water like Peter, but I'm willing to try. No, I may not be able to walk like him. I may not be able to talk like him. I may not be able to preach like Paul. I may not be able to walk like him. I may not be able to talk like him, but I'm willing to try. I may not have the obedience of Abraham's sacrifice. I may not be able to stand so tall. I may not have the endurance of Moses in the wilderness, but I'm willing to try. No, I may not be able to walk like him. I may not be able to talk like him. I may not be able to preach like Paul. I may not be able to walk like him. I may not be able to talk like him, but I'm willing to try. Thank you. Willing to try. We hope you enjoyed that. We want to thank Dale Kennedy for making this show possible for us tonight. We also want to thank Dale for having one of the finest bluegrass shows, two of the finest bluegrass shows that you'll find anywhere on Monday night and on Wednesday night on Big Stone Gap, the big radio station up there. How many of you listens to Dale? Yeah, that's real fine. Dale plays the kind of music that people like. He plays the kind that people request. And if you would like to hear a special song by somebody, call in to Dale or write him a letter, and I'll guarantee you'll hear it. Now we're going to start on our guest, and we've got a young gentleman here come up from North Carolina. He's going with us this weekend. We're going to have a big reunion show up in Maryland on Sunday. And he worked with the Stanley brothers many, many years. I guess around 17 years in all. Played the bass fiddle, he played the lead guitar, and he's pretty much responsible for the lead guitar with the Stanley brothers. Done a good job. He sang baritone or bass, anything with us. And at this time, we'd like for you to make welcome George Shuffler.
Come on down, Hank.
Good evening. Hey, Jack. Takes them all to get me dressed back here. I've got my strap all crooked too. It's good to be here with you in Norton. It's been a long time. We've traveled these hills many years with the Stanley brothers, and I always loved them, and they're like brothers, like family, really. This is kind of a reunion for me. I wasn't supposed to pick with them until Sunday, so I got an early jump on it. I'm going to try to pick you a little bit of one. That'd be about G, I guess, fellas. This is one that's about become a standard in bluegrass gospel, and we'll pick you a little bit of it. Will the circle be unbroken? Is everybody ready?
That's a fine job, George. That's a good gospel.
I'll tell you what, Ralph, when you get our age, fingers start stiffening up a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
Just a tad.
You couldn't tell it, though, where you picked.
Oh, Lord.
George has got him and his family now is doing all gospel and have for several years now, and they go around to several places and make appearances, a lot in churches, I guess, George.
Yes, sir. A lot of concerts in churches.
Yeah. And they can really sing. Shuffler family. George, good to have you.
I'd rather be here than anywhere I know.
Appreciate
It's like
it.
being with kin folks, and a lot of you folks, it's been a while since I saw you, and it's good to see you again. It's always good to be with Ralph.
Anytime. Appreciate it, George.